Hey, GED students. I had a student, Frances, working on the concept of area and perimeter with formulas, and she sent in this example from the homework that she wanted some help with. So let's take a look. It says, find the area of a trapezoid with a height of 5 feet and bases of 8 and 10 feet. Okay, first of all, it's pretty simple to use the formula sheet as long as you know what formula to use. So let's make sure that we know two things. What are we looking for and from what shape? So let's take a look. It says find the area. All right, they're asking us to find area, and they say find the area of a trapezoid. It's a trapezoid we're looking for. Now, really, when you're using formulas, it's not really necessary to do this, but I'll just jog your brain of what a trapezoid looks like. It is a quadrilateral, meaning it has four sides. It's a four-sided shape. But it's a four-sided shape with one set of parallel bases. So the bases are two sides that are parallel. They're running in the same direction at the same slope. So here in the one I've drawn, it'd be the top and the bottom, okay? And we can see that it says that our bases are 8 feet and 10 feet. So I'll just label them. And then the height of a trapezoid actually goes at a right angle from base to base. So it just kind of looks like a dashed line here. And so that height then is 5 feet. All right. Okay, so there's my trapezoid. I want to find area, and I go straight to the GED formula sheet. Remember that you don't have to have all these directions memorized for the GED. You have to know how to use the formula sheet. So if you go to the formula sheet, very first section is area. You look under trapezoid, and you will see this formula. It says A equals 1/2. And then it has a little h shoved up there. That stands for height. So 1/2 the height of the trapezoid times the quantity of, you're going to see some parentheses there, times the quantity of base 1 plus base 2. All right, so I wrote out my formula. Next step when I'm using formulas is to do my substitution. Trade out any letters for known values. And there's a lot of things I know. You know, the height of my trapezoid is not a mystery here. I know the height. It's 5. And the base lengths are not mysteries. I know what they are. They're 8 and 10. So I can take all that known information and plug it into my formula. Let's go ahead and give that a try. So area is not known, so it will remain an A. You always keep equal signs, and you always keep numbers. Be careful not to lose that half. That half is part of the directions of the formula. I'm supposed to take half, but what am I supposed to take half of? I'm supposed to take half of the height. Now notice I used parentheses. The 1/2 and the h are shoved together, so they're multiplying. So I'll put a parentheses there to say 1/2 times something. Well, times what? Times the height. The height's not a mystery. I know what the height is. The height is 5. And so I will substitute. I will trade out the h for the known value of 5. Now, there are also a set of parentheses that had the two bases adding in them, so I'll keep my set of parentheses, but I'll replace that base 1 and base 2 with their known values. And you might say, which one's base 1 and which one's base 2? It really doesn't matter, okay? Which one you call base 1 and base 2. And then remember, those two bases are supposed to be adding. So my next line here, the substitution line, should look exactly like the line before. The only difference here is that I've traded out letters for known values. I've substituted. All right, next thing I need to see here is your solution. Now, you're a lucky snot if you have a GED calculator. If you have a GED calculator, you can just type this entire expression in exactly the way you see it, parentheses and all, and then you can get straight to the answer. You would love it if you did it that way, I promise. And you would just go straight to the answer. So let's see. I will do that. I will type it into my calculator. You can type in the fraction 1/2, or you can type in the decimal equivalent 0.5. It means the same thing, and so they're totally interchangeable. Open parentheses 5, close parentheses, open parentheses 8 plus 10, close parentheses, and enter. And you would get straight to 45. Now, some of you are like, Kate, I don't have that nifty GED calculator. Okay, if you don't have the nifty GED calculator, you know what that means? means you have to simplify by hand, which means you have to know the order of operations. Whenever there's more than one thing to do, when you're simplifying, you always refer to that order of operations. So I will show you how I would do it by hand if I didn't have my calculator. I would start inside this grouping. 8 plus 10 is grouped in these parentheses, so I will start there. 8 plus 10 is 18. And I have now 1/2 times 5 times 18. Now all these three numbers are shoved together, 1/2, 5, and 18, so they're all multiplying. And one of the really nice things about multiplying is you can multiply in any order you want. And I'm going to do it the lazy way because I think it's actually harder to take half of 5 than it is to take half of 18. I'm actually going to start with multiplying half and 18 together. And you say, can I do that? You sure can. You can multiply in any order you want when all the numbers are multiplying. So let's see, 1/2 of 18 is 9. And what number have I not used up yet? I have not used up 5 yet. And of course, 9 times 5 is 45. Okay, so whether you do it by hand or you do it in your calculator, you'll still get to 45. And as your algebra teacher, who cares about you and wants you to be a good, strong algebra student, this is the least amount of work you can get away with. I want to see your formula, your substitution, and your solution. Okay, awesome. Now, last thing here, in the world of geometry, you never just, well, you very rarely just have numbers. 45, you know, these numbers are measurements, and so they're going to have units. So the question here is 45 what? And remember that area is always, always, always measured in square units. So I go back into my problem, I see there were feet. So this is feet, yes, but it's square feet because it's measured in area. Area is defined as the number of square units to cover a shape. So how many square feet could cover this trapezoid? 45 of them. All right, and that is my final answer. If you have any questions about this or any other GED math topic, be sure to drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it.